calls for sober reflection. It calls for introspection. It calls for a deep look at our history, where we were, where we are, and of course, where we are going. Where we are going is a bit uncertain if you look at the realities on ground because of the fundamental challenges that we are actually grappling with as a nation and as a people. The issue of religious tolerance and the issue of peace, the issue of peaceful coexistence and seeing each other as brothers and sisters, as Nigerians first, rather than seeing Chienye as a Igbo, or seeing Tobi as a Yoruba man, or you see Babangida as an Hausa man, or you see someone as an BBO, and so on. So many ethnic colorations to many of the things that we do that threaten our national cohesion and existence. The Biafra agitation has been on for a while now. It continues to hot up. Don't forget that the sit-at-home order issued by the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu was largely successful in the southeast, and that actually raised questions as regards uh, how real these demands for the independent Republic of Biafra by IPOB and of course MASOB. Is it all noise and no action, or is it nothing but an agitation to just secure power at the center? Or they are really, really serious about it? Well, as that was actually going on, yesterday came a very more disturbing one, shocking, and that which will actually threaten the unity and, of course, threaten the peaceful coexistence and entity of this great country, Nigeria. Some northern Nigerian youth groups on Tuesday in Kaduna issued what they called a Kaduna Declaration, in which they declared war against all Igbos residing in the north, demanding they leave the area within 3 months. They also asked the northerners of the southeast to leave the area, warning that as from October 1, which happens to be Nigeria's Independence Day, or you may call it National Day, they will commence implementation of visible actions, in quote, to prove they are no longer part of a federal union that includes the Igbo. The groups that signed the declaration include Arewa Citizens Action for Change, Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, Arewa Youth Development Foundation, Arewa Students Forum, and Northern Emancipation Network. The site has reason for that decision, and the pro-Biafran activities of some Igbo centered around the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, saying their latest action and similar confrontational conduct amounts to a brutal encroachment on the right of those termed as non-indigenous people residing and doing lawful businesses in those areas illegally demarcated and defined as Biafra by the Igbo. Now you have a ticking time bomb uh, on our hands. That is exactly the situation that we find ourselves now. Some may say that Nigeria is actually sitting on a keg of gunpowder, that it might actually get engulfed and eventually explode. But I know that the thought of God for this great country is not for evil. It is always for good. But God will not come down to foster unity or force us to love ourselves. We must see ourselves as brothers. What are the issues? These youth groups that carried out this so-called Kaduna Declaration doing this under the tutelage or direction of the Arewa elders. Don't forget that you have the Arewa Consultative Forum. You also have the Arewa Elders Forum, AEF. So you have so many northern groups that are, that have at different times, of course, talked about the peaceful coexistence of Nigerians, of the different ethnic nationalities, and of course the issue of disintegration of Nigeria. Are they backing up these particular youth groups that are speaking up now? Are we not finding ourselves in a situation whereby progress and development might be elusive if we cannot ensure peace and security? These are the issues we'll be looking at this morning. I am Tobi Joseph.
And And I am Chienye Igbo.
Well, we will go on a short break and try to reach out to the person that will speak for the Indigo this morning on our show. He is the Southwest President of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chief Nathaniel Uzoma. Let's go to short break and let's try to reach out to him once again. Stay with us. All right, you're welcome back. Though it was a bit hectic trying to get once again. Hi, Chief Uzoma Nathaniel of Ohaneze Ndigbo, the entire Southwest. Hi, Chief, you're welcome to the Daybreak Show.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, hi, Chief, let me find out from you. Nigerians are a bit confused as regards the issue of Biafra. This agitation, is it really for the actualization of an independent or sovereign state of Biafra, or it is an agitation to get the presidency in any time soon?
Please, can you come again? I can't hear you.
The agitation of Biafra, is it a real one to get an independent and sovereign state of Biafra, or it is nothing but an agitation to get power at the center, and that is the presidency?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, what Nigeria needs now is total restructuring. It's total restructuring. You know, there are agitations here and there in the east, in the north. Everybody are agitated. And when there is agitation, there is every need for restructuring. Call the people, the wiring factors, call them together on a roundtable talk. Let us discuss. Nigeria today, nobody will say that he doesn't know that things are not well with Nigeria. And if a sick person, if somebody is sick, it requires for that person to seek for doctor's consultation. You understand? So Nigeria needs doctor's attention. And that attention is roundtable talk, so that we will chart the way forward. That is my position.
So you are not in support of this agitation by IPOB for an independent Republic of Biafra?
I am not saying that I am not in support, but what I'm saying is that when people are agitated, that means things are not okay. So the government to call the wiring factors together and ask them the reason why they are agitated.
Your group,
there is reason for it.
Yes, your body, Ohaneze Ndigbo, have that vantage position and opportunity to facilitate this so-called dialogue or negotiations, as it were, between the IPOB, MASOB, and the government. Have you tried to intervene? Have you tried to bring together these two different sides of the divide to look at these issues and look at the way forward?
Yeah, we have said it's time with that number. We have met with relevant authorities. We have met the positioners from the Igbo known that when there is issues like this, the government should not just fold its hands and as if all are well. The government should do the necessity by calling people together and demand the reason for their detention. So, and the Ohaneze Ndigbo have been doing that. We have been saying it in media. We have been saying it in so many quarters that the leadership of this country should, as matter of urgency, convoke a constitutional conference. You know, there was a national conference that was convoked by Goodluck Jonathan administration.
Yes.
And this government just came and abandoned the whole thing. This government will not tell us that there's nothing in that report that can be implemented. And believe you me, if 2 or 3 of the report are implemented, all these issues will be a forgotten issue.
Okay. Hi, Chief Uzoma. Now, yesterday, some prominent Nigerian youth organizations and groups gathered together in Kaduna to make a declaration that Igbos should leave their region on or before October 1st. What's a reaction to that declaration?
Yeah, they have gone too far. They have gone too far, even though the IPOB and the fact is agitating for the African Republic. They have not asked the Northerners and the Southeast to leave the Southeast. You understand? This is Nigeria. We are one Nigeria. For somebody to rise up and ask other ethnic groups to leave their territory is in fact, it's not good at all. It's highly condemnable. So I'm not in support of it. If they want the Arewa to be, let them just rise up and begin to agitate for Arewa Republic, not to ask the Igbos in the north to leave the north. Even in America today, we still have Nigerians in America. We still have Nigerians in all the countries throughout the world. They never asked Nigerians to leave the territory. So the idea of asking the Easterners to leave the north is not acceptable at all. They have gone too far.
Okay, but Chief, don't you think if they go their separate ways, that will bring about peace? It will forestall peace. Hello,
Is that
Chief.
what the law says?
Hello, Chief.
Is that what the law says?
No, that's not what the law says, but we should look at it from another angle. We should take it from another angle.
No, what I'm saying, if you are saying that it's wise for them to go their separate ways, is it what the law says that one should wake up one morning and say, I don't want to be a part of this country?
Okay, Chief, then what should then be the lasting solution to this?
The lasting solution, I have said it, fine with that number. Let the federal government call for dialogue. Let all these warring factors, let them come together. The Igbos, the Hausas, all the three groups, let them come together and chart a way forward. That is when we have a more united Nigeria. Without that, this is what you will continue to see.
Okay.
Until one day there will be no Nigeria.
All right.
That will be so disastrous. So it's better we take it in a full way.
All right. Hi, Chief Uzoma. One of the reasons given by this youth group is that the Igbos actually, or the IPOB, let me put it that way, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and their sponsors shut down major towns in the southeastern part of the country on May 38th, and that affected both indigenes and non-indigenes, including northerners who also were going about their lawful business activities in that particular region on that set day. Would you say that that call is justified, or their reason is justified? That is one. Secondly, were you part of, are you in support of that sit-at-home order by IPOB?
Well, I wasn't in the East during that time. I just heard that there were sit-at-home order. And when somebody announced that everybody should sit at home, and it was not enforced, I don't think everybody was prevented from going out. But if there is any report, or there were reports that somebody came out and there was attacked, that is where I think it will be wrong. But I don't think there's anything of such. So if I decide one morning, I don't want to go to my shop today, or I don't want to go to my business today, I want to have rest at home, I don't think there's any offense there.
Okay, so when is Ohaneze Ndigbo going to come out as a body to react officially to this position of the Arewa youth?
Yes. The President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide, Chief Chienye, has been saying it, has been meeting with government, saying it that there is need for urgent restructuring of this country. when during the 50 years anniversary of Biafra, that was I think that took place in Yaradua Center about a few days ago. The President General was here. He addressed the nation about the urgent need for dialogue in this country. And the government of the day is turning this ear on the request. And that is what is generating all this chaos everywhere. So it's high time the government should rise up and do something about this
Now,
before it gets out of hand.
yes, Chifuzo.
Because we are talking about the one youth now. Tomorrow, we don't know what will happen. Maybe this one will rise up again. I say, let the northerners live southwest. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
So, and we don't want it to be like that.
Chief Uzoma,
Yes.
do you believe that Nigeria can survive another civil war? Because recently, the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, alluded to this, that Nigeria cannot survive another civil war. And Nigeria is better together and remain stronger as a nation, and the envy of other nations, if not only in Africa, but also across the Atlantic, if we remain together, see ourselves as brothers and sisters.
That is why we are saying that the best option is dialogue. No 10 person will ever want to come out for war or even allow his children to engage in war. That is why we are saying the best approach to this issue is dialogue. Dialogue before it gets out of hand.
Okay, when you talk about dialogue, you've talked about the restructuring and implementation of the conference report. What are the fundamental things that you believe are in this present structure of Nigeria that must be changed for Nigeria to move forward?
You know, when I talk of restructuring, all the whole powers are centered in in the center. You understand?
Yes.
So by restructuring, the state will be empowered to use their resources to do justly for the well-being of their people. That is decentralizing the power on the center. Then when I talk about dialogue, we know that there are some ethnic groups in this country are being neglected and marginalized. Take it as an example. So, and nobody will say that he doesn't know that Southerners are being marginalized. And if we are saying that, we are not helping the matter.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on our show, Chief Uzoma Nathaniel. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
So much has been said.
A lot has been said. That's the
I
voice.
tell you, we need to be one country. We need to promote peace and unity.
That is the voice of High Chief Nathaniel Uzoma, the Southwest President of Ohaneze Ndigbo. If you followed closely what he was saying, he was very, very careful, extremely cautious of also what he was representing. And of course, you would sense that they are not ready for war. They are not looking for a repeat of the Biafran war. They are not actually agitating for an independent republic. But if the worst comes to the worst anyway. But what they want is that the present system is not working. It cannot work. So let us look at it, tinker with it, and look at the best system and structure that would actually bring out the glory and greatness of this country, Nigeria. That is the position of Ohaneze Ndigbo, according to High Chief Nathaniel Uzoma. Let's go on another break and try to get in touch with another Arewa elder this morning on the show. Stay with us. Yes, we spoke earlier with Nathaniel Uzoma, High Chief, the Southwest President of Ohaneze Ndigbo We've been trying to establish a connection with the spokesman of the Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF. That is a higher body of the Arewa Consultative Youth Forum. Well, the network is still not permitting. Maybe it's a bit busy also because a couple of times it rang, but it was unable to pick up. But we spoke with him earlier. Hopefully, he will join us on the show before we call it a day. This is what we'll be looking at this morning. It's a very sensitive issue. Yes, no doubt. Nigerians have been talking about it in their respective places of work and businesses and wherever they are, discussing the entity called Nigeria. October 1st is just around the corner when Nigeria should be looking at celebrating another wonderful independence anniversary. But of course, these issues threaten peaceful coexistence.
So we don't even go there. It won't happen.
I tell you, it's a bit disturbing.
It will be.
It's a bit disturbing if you look at statements coming from different groups. You hear this from IPOB, another one from ASOB, another one from IBM, another one from IYC. The Georgia Congress have also been saying, "Count us out, leave us alone of your, leave us out of your Biafra." You have so many of these groups. You see, the seeming peaceful coexistence and brotherhood that also exists between the Southeasterners and the South-Southerners are also being threatened just because of this Biafra agitation. So when you see that, it begins to you also want to look at. Don't forget, it's still fresh in the memory of our Igbo brothers and sisters, the threat by the Oba of Lagos, so that Igbo should jump into the lagoon if they are not going to vote a particular candidate. These are issues that also threaten the entire South. So people will want to say it's a North versus South. No, this is evil versus good. And what do you represent? What do you say good is? Good is peace. Good is love. Good is unity. And anything that is opposite of these three great qualities is evil. And that is what seems to be staring us in the face. Like I said earlier, until we see ourselves as brothers and sisters, first as Nigerians, before we see ourselves as Igbo or Ibibio or Yoruba or Efik or Urubo or Ijo, then we cannot move forward. Wherever you go, when you see an American, it says, "I am an American." He will not begin to tell you whether he's a red Indian or whether he's. You see, those are the issues, and you see that they also have ethnic nationalities in the United States of America, but they do not bring that to the fore. Uh, First, they see themselves first as an American, and I think that is what we also should do. Well, because of our time, we'll have to go on a short break for the national news at 10. When we come back, we'll throw the lines open so that you begin to also ventilate your opinions and views as regards this. So what must be done to actually make sure this precipice that Nigeria is currently sitting on uh, does not get more than that, so that we don't get pushed off the precipice. The precipice. You can start sending your messages to 32120. That's a shortcut number. Type rock, ROCK, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120. Make sure that your comments are devoid of ethnic jingoism. They are also devoid of tribal sentiment or tribalism. Uh, Make sure that you type rock, and of course you include your name. You can also reach us on Twitter at Rock City FM is our Twitter handle. On Facebook, Rock City FM 101.9 is our fan page. Stay with us, we'll be back. Alright, you're welcome back. It's still Citizens Forum on the Daybreak Show. Today, Wednesday, the 7th of June 2017. What we are looking at this morning is the Kaduna Declaration by some youth organizations in the north. Yesterday, they gave a 3-month ultimatum to Igbos who are resident in the north to leave because of the ongoing and current agitation for Biafra. Well, we spoke earlier with the Southwest President of Ohaneze Ndigbo, High Chief Nathaniel Uzoma. We just spoke with the spokesman of the Arewa Consultative Forum, but he's presently in a meeting. He may not be able to speak to us right now, but hopefully we'll be able to get in before the end of the show so that we can balance this and hear from the other side. But we can't keep you waiting, so it is appropriate that we'll accommodate your own contributions on the show. You can call our studio lines 0809 868 7344 and 0909 146 9670.
You may also use the shortcode dial 32120. First you type rock, you leave a space, type your message, include your name and send it to 32120. And our social media platforms, the Twitter handle is at Rock City FM and the Facebook fan page, Rock City 101.9 FM. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good
Are
morning.
you hearing me? Good morning. Tobi and Chienye.
Good morning. We can hear you.
My name. I'm speaking from Arewa.
Okay.
I want to speak on this Kaduna Declaration.
Okay.
I think it is designed. People here, especially all these your people, call this Yoruba here. They are always calling for structuring this. I don't know what they want to construct in Nigeria here. I will want, first of all, to want this after the and some other people to come in here to and tell us how they want this restructuring about, or how they want to do it. I know when you put this question to Chienye the other time, we are talking, let us come back to Western, what the original thing. You ask him, all right, there are so many things now. Who is going to see the rest? Because of this, these two are calling it the north of the block. Everything is in the north. So, they use our money to develop north. But what is it called? Jonathan was the president of this country for years. He could not even do.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
We lost that call.
All right, let's take another one.
Hello?
Good
My
morning.
name is Dr. Nkom. I'm calling from Ashero Estate. Chienye, I'm very happy. I'm happy at what the Arewa boys have done. For too long, Biafra thought that it has the monopoly of talking. Let them back out of the north and go and form Biafra. What is the problem there? That's what they want. They want Biafra state, and they have told them to leave and go and form their Biafra state. For too long, we are having this. Some of us have been saying we are beating a drum beat which we don't know where it will end. I was shocked what came out from the Ohaneze man. So he knows that we are one Nigeria now. I was shocked when he said, oh, we want Nigeria because they told the Igbos to leave. So he's just knowing now that we are one Nigeria. You shut down the economy in the east. Where is the Soludos, the economic gurus? You are shutting down your economy. I'm also busy building roads, this thing, and you come and say you are marginalized. You shut down your economy. Somebody is building bridges. You don't do anything. Your governors you elect people who shouldn't be governors to be governors. And then when they use their money for some other thing, you come and say someone is marginalizing you. You want to start a drumbeat of war now. Where is Kanu's wife? He's in England. Kanu's wife is in England. And other Igbos are following him and dancing a dirty song. Let them leave the north. And there's a lot that said, let the outer people leave. And let nobody think it's a joke. Let nobody think it's a joke. Shebi they know how to fight. Shebi we want Biafran state. Yes, this is a very good way to have Biafran state. So you want to have Biafran state and still stay in the north. Say not the Igbos should go back. That's what I'm saying. The Igbos should go back. Because this nonsense is getting too much. They are going to start bloodletting now in the north. Innocent people are going to die because of some miscreants in the east. Hey, we want Biafran state. Let Biafran state go continue.
The Igbos, go back and do your Biafra thing. Leave Lagos and go to Biafra. Leave Abeokuta, go down there and do your Biafra thing. Thank you very much. I'm very angry this morning.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nkom. Don't be, because it's going to affect so many things. Thank you.
You see, my sister, we are sitting on a keg of gunpowder. I said in the radio station this morning, this agitation of Biafra, whatever, not to leave the south, South should leave the north and all that. The Arewa forum, who's telling the northerners there, the southerners, they are there to come back to their place, and the Biafrans telling the other people that are Seriki, whatever, to go back to their northern area. It's not a very good omen. It's not a very good signal. It shows that we have a problem in this country. We don't pray for another civil war. Now, what we need to do is government needs to go into dialogue now, immediately. Let us have a roundtable conference. Let us know how we want to really amalgamate together. A marriage of convenience. How do we marry without any problem? One can now see that the agitation for what the conference that the agitation has to revisit and come just straight away beginning with debate water. It's not possible. So we need to do something quickly or else. I don't pray for anything bad to happen in this country. But all these people need to take it easy. We need one Nigeria. We need one nation. Let us live together in harmony and in peace. God bless you people. God bless Nigeria. Let me allow other people to call.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello?
Hello?
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tobi. Good morning, my sister. I'm Olumide calling from Abeokuta.
Thank you for calling.
I greet you all. Yeah. This ultimatum for the Igbos to leave Kaduna or not, by me, I think is the beginning of prop up for war. It is illogical, and I think there is no sense in doing this. Even if Kanu has violated that opportunity given them to be won, even although the other man that you spoke with this morning was even owning up to the truth that we are one. Despite this, I believe the original purpose of God for this country, which is to live together in peace, unity, and oneness, will still be fulfilled if we can be logical and then be reasonable rather as one entity called Nigeria. But I want to look at it at this angle. Before now, the North had not been tolerable at all to the issue of those people that lives around them in the areas of religion. And you remember a redeemed woman that was killed then. Up to today, it is fresh in our memory. The NYC scheme is, to me, no more workable because the Northerners are not ready to pick or probably live with those people that are posted into that region. And unfortunately, it has outlived its usefulness. So, coupled with what Kanu is saying, I believe not only that he has his wife in London and people are following him like a zombie now. He came with a woman, a mistress, and they lodged together in hotel in Lagos. Where is that woman now? You see, he had, for time without number now. This man has reacting to things that I don't think probably he wanted to become a president or whatever. But I don't know how he's going to play it because even given opportunity to go on bail because of his year, he's still flaunting that conditions. So where are we going? So I will have supported the North that they should go that way, but I want this country to look at restoration, God's restoration and restructuring now. And how do I mean? Let those hopelessness be returned for hope now. The plans for God for us is to walk in truth and have confidence among one another. But where is the confidence when those leaders before now have probably looted, squandered, and then plundered all this country? That what belongs to this country belongs to us or have been probably stolen by them. You see, these are the things these people are agitating for. And we cannot continue. No one can continue to be slave to his environment. This is the reason why all these things are coming up now. So I want the government to please look into these things straight. Probably, in addition to it, we should go back to that first anthem, national anthem we are used to. Maybe that one will bring us back to to restoration and restructuring. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank
so
you.
much.
Ikano and his co-agitators never fought or neither tested the civil war in Nigeria. They were mostly told the tales, which many times failed to give a vivid account of what happened. I have carried out a research from some of those who witnessed the civil war, and they all have this crusade: never again. People now finding the embers of war should belong to another planet. Visit Syria, Sudan, Libya, and others. Then they will have everything. God bless Nigeria. That's Akindele sending in that message. Whether we like it or not, separation is the lasting solution to Nigeria's problem. If truly we want peace for upcoming generations, let's fight it once and for all. Oladayo Surakat from Obantoko sent in that one. And this one says, all this is aimed at separating Nigeria. We should not be so. We are Nigerians, not Yoruba, Hausa, or Igbo. Peace is all we want. Adedamola sent in that one. Southwest Igbo leaders not sincere on some questions put to him. That is the sit-at-home order. His response that one may decide to rest any day and not open shop is laughable. For that day, how many people wanted to rest at home? And if any part of the country have issues to be corrected by the federal government, is it declaring a republic of that area? The answer: agitating for restructuring should not be turned to secession. It is treason and a felony offense. Ade sent in that one. Fundamentally, Nigeria was founded on a wobbled, incompatible foundation. Imagine how many from the north are in this federal government compared to all from the south combined. Also, important positions in key and petroleum industries are majorly manned by the northerners. Even some federal universities will not admit students from the south in Nigeria for petroleum courses, which are reserved for only people from the northern part of Nigeria. It really needs restructuring before it is too late. Taiwo sent in that message. All right, keep your messages coming. That's 32120. Let's go to Facebook.
Good morning. Chienye, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm on the line.
Thank you.
Yes, there's no group has the authority to say other groups should lead. No. However, the significance of this is that they are trying to tell people of the that can't your cake and have it. So this will show how serious they really are about something. So if everybody have moved to the east, they will know that yes, they are serious. But it should not happen. You see, I should have thought that this energy used for this Biafra issue should have been used in talking about restructuring. If two groups, let's say Nigeria is, let's say, North, South, and East, if two groups will come together with this kind of energy they are using, I'm telling you, there's no way we know about restructuring. But now, see, we are talking about restructuring, we are talking about Biafra. I mean, how can we achieve what we really want? And it starts, and East and West are seeing, if they can, I don't know, the ego or this mutual suspicion between them, if they can throw it away, I'm telling you, we can achieve this restructuring issue. But this, you know, we are talking about it now, Biafra, it's talking about Biafra, they are not talking about restructuring. How will they achieve that goal? So to me, it's high time this Biafra issue stops. And let's face one issue, and I'm sure it will be easier to achieve it, putting it together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Mabel Kuta. I will say softly, beware of what you wish for. You see, the principle of Biafranism, as far as I've tried to consume it, is not too far from the principle of true federalism. What we have been talking of, resource control, resource allocation, fiscal federalism, and let everybody have the power at the regional state level. Let the central be weakened. Let's pay only royalties to the central. Let's make sure our environment is not protected. Let's make sure our people do what we want to do by ourselves. That has been the true principle of agitation of restructuring, federalism, and all the rest that we have been talking about. And it's not too far from what federalism is all about. But it is not the what, but the how of the Biafranism. We have to tell ourselves the truth.
I listened to the radio station in Lagos today when an youth was saying, yeah, they have no job, they are riding Okadas. It's not peculiar to the east. It happens all around Nigeria, the west, Lagos, everywhere. That is why we have been agitating for all this tourism of the federalism and restructuring. But if you have to take armed struggle, which I am yet to be convinced is not part of the Afghanistan on the sideline, then it challenges the very existence of the country itself. But where another youth wing of a northern forum or fora comes up to say, remove them from the federation or remove your things, then you have to beware. It means that those guys are not just saying it. According to Yoruba adage, it is not the youth forum in the north that are talking. Some people definitely are behind them. And we cannot afford to balkanize this country anyhow. If we are ready to do it, we can play through federalism, we can restructure accordingly, we can do resource control, we can do resource allocation, we can control everything accordingly and make sure the central is weakened. As long as the central is still holding on to power, there will continue to be agitations. But let it not be seen by the Biafran principle that they are the only ones being marginalized. That one is the only truth of the matter. If they think they are the only one, they are making a great mistake. We have to look at it jointly and severally. The more we look at it on the sectional angle alone, thinking I am the only one, we will not get it done properly. And definitely the country will be balkanized one way or the other. We don't pray for that, and I hope it will not come to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Tobi,
Good morning.
Good morning.
my name is Big Daddy calling from Abiola Way.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for calling.
In fact, Mr. Tobi, I can confess the truth, Nigeria, they are going at the wrong way. There is lousy of agitation and not agitation. There will always be the past leaders crying for that. What happened when they were in sheep? No, we should try to help ourselves. Nigerians are going the wrong way. We are moving so fast as long as. The next time we pray for the runnings of Ghana, or someone pray for us in Nigeria, we have missed it. Nothing good is going well in Nigeria. Agitation. The people there now, they're not talking about the agitation. If anybody have lived the seat, they will say the same thing. You want us, problem here and there, the masses are suffering. Any slight mistake, they fly abroad to go and rest when the masses are dying. May God help Nigeria.
All right, thank you for your contribution.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Kazim.
Okay.
Tobi. For those guys to make such a statement, by now, I think they should be arrested. And for anybody that support that kind of statement, a learned person, he should be arrested. For somebody to come on here and say he supported that thing, he should be arrested. And the problem is this, it's the APC government that is causing the problem. They are pretending, if they didn't know, because they are erased from the manifesto. How can you tell me out of 1,000 or 14,000 confab, nothing can be achieved in that confab? They would have called these Igbo people for a longer time, for a dialogue, to federally president as Nika did me after for a longer time. But because of they didn't want to, I'm not going to work on PDP issues on, they forget that government is continuity. When the government stops from somewhere, another person will continue. They will do that for a longer time. Look at it now. And for the last caller, the coup was just another 2 weeks ago. Look at another statement now. Initially, they always write it in their page number, born to rule. Who are born to rule? Those outsiders. Are they only the only people in Nigeria? If these people is thinking they are marginalized, then call them. They should have gone to that for a longer time. This issue would have said, when was appointed in cabinet, I said it on this platform. There is no true federalism in that cabinet. And that is why the problem has started from Buhari for a longer time. And somebody was now saying he supported that. They should arrest that person and arrest that spokesman from Hausa. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you. That will be a last call. We'll just wrap it up with these messages and possible tweets. This is an issue that is very sensitive. Let no contributor make unsubstantiated claims. No sentiment Let's save this country. We are all stakeholders. For Chienye sent in that one. Good morning. Shetima that made that statement should be arrested because it's a treasonable offense. Wumi from Fajo sent in that. The problems on ground is that we are not tolerable of one another. And the fact remains that despite the opportunity in the NYSC scheme over the years, one can imagine the number of promising youth that have been killed because of language barrier or the mother tongue. North has not been favorable to issues of tolerance at all, even in regards to religion. You are seen as a kafiri if you are a non-Muslim. So bad. Now that Kano has flaunted his treason bail conditions, let him be recalled back to prison. Arewa should help the country by the way and apply a modicum of sense. Kayode Olumide sent in that one. Federal government should immediately deal decisively with Biafra Republic agitators. It is treason, felony offense, and should be treated as such. Kanu should have been jailed without being tried. Babawolowo didn't instigate Southwest like this. I was accused of treason and felony and was jailed for no cause. Go on freedom later. Likes of Ekweremadu, Fayoshe, Fanikade, or Sita should have been charged for felony offense for their support for Kanu. And that's coming from Ade. Integration is the answer, is the first pillar of democracy leading to cosmopolitanism. If some of the governors and political office holders in the north and east were non-indigens, there would be no Boko Haram or IPOP or MASAB. Time to build a nation through a visionary and realistic constitution by the people that will replace place of origin with place of residence. All right, and this one says we need serious prayers. An ethnic group are carrying gun, AK-47, and no security man is arresting them. But let others be caught, it will be prosecuted. Are we one Nigeria? We should not deceive ourselves. That's coming from Ayo. It is high time that the federal government had labeled any agitator for the so-called restructuring an enemy of the state before it is too late. It is not that restructuring is bad, however, the term is a very controversial one, and it must be necessarily avoided. Nnamdi Kanu and others are very intelligent, and just like the patron grandmaster of the Biafra nation, Chief Odimego Ojukwu actually called for restructuring, and that led to the Aburi meeting on 4th and 5th January 1967, and it succeeded. The Aburi Accord weakened the center. Thereafter, Ojukwu struck. Oloide Ismail sent in that message.
Okay, quickly for the tweets, I have this from Yemi Da Vinci. I agree with the Ohaneze Ndigbo and Afenifere position. We must sit down, dialogue with each other, and restructure this country. I see Kaduna Declaration, on another hand, as a diversionary tactics by the Northern hegemony to prevent implementation of the 2014 conference report. Then James Ajibade, Nigerians need to discuss if we need to still stay together. This is how the last civil war started. We must be extra careful this time. Olatunde Kenny Oriri saying the Arewa youth statement is a MEFREF is very wrong. Dialogue should be put in place before the militancy takes over. Then we have Ghazi. The fear of the northerners in Nigeria is the beginning of wisdom. Please let us say no to war. Taiwo Tolulokwe, the problem is the 1999 constitution, which hurriedly gave us this unjust democracy. It should be suspended for a new constitution. Then this country's foundation is laid on deceit, favoritism, injustice, inequality, and nepotism. Nigeria will never know peace with northerners. That's from Taiwo Tululokwe. And lastly, Oshomoyiwa Fatai. Some people are still suffering from election lost hangover. That informs the agitation and counter-agitation. Hashtag had I known. That's from Oshomoyiwa Fatai. Well, that's it on Citizens Forum for today on the Daybreak Show, Rock City 101.9 FM. Let's not fan the embers of disunity, but let's wear the garments of peace and unity. One Nigeria I vote for, one Nigeria will remain. I am Chienye Egwuonwu. Good morning.
And I am Toby Joseph. Remember, spread the love wherever you are.